This time they're going to go with Brown in the backfield, the senior, as they'll roll out. This time play action, looking over in the middle of the field, and incomplete. Two cats ran into each other, and that's Austin Davidson and looks like Torian Bazell.
Yeah.
Both of those guys hit right at the L in Richlands, and they hit each other. And Richlands fans are wanting a penalty, but those guys hit each other. They didn't hit. That's a nasty play there
Austin
in the end
Davidson
zone.
down.
Both guys playing hard there, trying to defend a post route as Bazell's trying to limp off the field. But Davidson down right at the L in Richlands in the end zone. They were trying to hit it over the middle. And that's dangerous there when both guys running full speed trying to cover these Richlands receivers. And tough break there. Looks like Austin Davidson got the worst of that as there's a timeout on the field. So we're going to take a quick commercial break as Austin Davidson's being looked at down there in the end zone for the Bearcats. We'll be right back. 3-0 Richlands leading here at Ernie Hicks Stadium.
You're listening to Virginia High Bearcat football on Spreaker Radio. Follow Bearcat Radio on Twitter with the handle @VHS Bearcat Radio and on Facebook by searching Bearcat Radio for the upcoming broadcast schedule and shows on the flagship stream of Virginia High School athletics.
Welcome back as Davidson able to walk off the field on his own power. Actually has his helmet off over there and still standing. So hopefully just shaking up there as those two guys hit awful hard. That was Bazell and Davidson running into each other in the end zone, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 9 as Richlands tried to take a shot there. Might have ended up hurting two of the starting secondary players in this defense, though, for the Cats. Now Medley will move to safety. Carroll off as the main corner.
The corner.
There's a snap dropping straight back is Moore under pressure, and the pressure got to him. That was Barlow, and it altered the pass as he had that was Jacob Cole, junior wide receiver, has a receiving touchdown on the year. He had him right at the 20, would have had a chance to turn and get the first down, but it was incomplete wide. And right there, Barlow again making noise out of that defensive line position, 44, Josh Barlow.
You know, we talked about Matthew Dean always doing it. Well, Barlow showed up to the game tonight, that's for sure.
Has one sack, and they're going to send out
a 44-yarder here for him.
Another long field goal coming from Forrest. He made from 43 on the last drive. This is from about the same spot, the left hash. There's a snap. The kick is up. It's a good hold, and the kick is no good to the left side, and they dodged a bullet there. Missed it just to the left. What a break there, dodged by the Cats. As it was a 44-yarder miss. 1:52 to go in the first half. What do you do here?
I think you got to go for it. I mean, you haven't had anything going all night. You got to have some sort of – give yourself a chance, give yourself some good feeling going in the locker room.
At least get a first down. But I don't think you push the agenda. I think you got to run it here on first, get the clock running early.
I think what you can do is if you get it to the 30, I mean, Lane Carroll's got a boot. He can make the 3 points back and at least tie it up going into half.
But the way this game is going, do you really want to push the agenda, give them the ball back on a turnover or something? We'll see what Coach Chris decides. That's why we're up here, right?
That's why we're up here. We'd be arguing on the field.
Yep, 2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. Lathrop in the back there, and timeout on the field. Let's see who called it. Ball should be back at the – I don't know what they're doing.
But the ball should be back where he kicked it, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know why they were saying. Yeah, they marked the ball back. They marked the ball back where the kicker kicked the ball from instead of where the ball was.
No, the kicker kicked it from the 32.
You're right.
Not sure how you get the ball to 20 there.
After the missed field goal, yeah, they moved them back to the 20. I don't know. Who knows? 2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right as Lathrop at quarterback, joined by Michael Howard in the backfield. 1st and 10 Cats with 1:52 to go. Cats trailing 3-0. Plenty of time as Lathrop throws it over the middle, diving grab for Medley, and it's incomplete. He was being wrapped up. He was throw over the middle of the field, but couldn't catch it because he was being tackled in the process, as that was Jacob Hess on the coverage.
You wouldn't lead to a penalty there, would you, Dylan?
No, not me. I'll just say I've seen Christmas presents that were not wrapped any tighter right there than Hess was before that pass was even hit the hands of Medley. So could have been a break there for the Cats. Instead, 2nd down and 10, and only 9 seconds went off the clock. That's what I'm worried about here. Shotgun 2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. Lathrop rolling out to the left side, looking downfield, well covered. Everyone, he'll lob it up to Medley, who gets it knocked out of his hands right at the 50. Looked like it could have been a big play, but good coverage down the field. And that was Jacob Hess again on the coverage. So you're seeing it right here. The best wide receiver, arguably the best wide receiver on the team, Bobby Medley, being covered by one of the best cover guys in the district in Hess. And definitely a good battle.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think Bobby Medley's got to step on him every single time. It's just the ball's not right where it needs to be. You led to what it could have been on one play.
3rd and 10 as the crowd comes alive for Richlands. Ball's at the 20. Got to get it to the 30 if you're the Cats. 5 wide. Dropping back Lathrop. Now he'll step up in the pocket under pressure. Needs a block. He'll whip it across to Davidson for the first down. Late decision to throw. And he got it to Davidson out to the 36-yard line. First down catch. Just a quick throw. Looked like he was going to try to take it on his own or throw it out of bounds. But again, we talked about this with Austin Davidson a couple of weeks ago, how these guys are very in touch late in plays near the sideline.
Honestly, it's just nice to see Austin back out there. That hit looked very nasty. Now he's out here making big plays for us. What a surprise.
And that was a huge first down, 1:26, and now the Cats can decide to do whatever they want before half. Lathrop's going to roll to the right side. They're going to be aggressive under pressure, and Lathrop's going to go down, but could have been a loss of a lot more. He had the wherewithal to step up to the 35. He only lost 2 yards, so that's what you get with Lathrop. You get a junior, but he's almost like a senior at quarterback. Coach Chris talked about it.
Red shirt junior for that matter.
Yeah.
He's very smart, very agile, able to make big plays. Watch him's like a Madden game. He's just always right there at the line of scrimmage and making big plays.
He took the sack, but again, it could have been a loss of close to 8 instead of only a loss of 2. 55 seconds on the clock and rolling. Snap, Lathrop dropping back, plenty of time. Nobody coming open. He's going to take off the left side, gets it up past the line of scrimmage and out. Late hit there.
Oh, wow.
On that sideline. No flag, though, as he got plugged right at the end of that. I don't know if
he was 2 steps out of bounds.
No flag, though, as he's out to the 42-yard line. Could have easily been there. I don't know how you don't get the call over there. You're on the Virginia High sideline, but the way I see it, both guys are running hard, and sometimes they'll give you a little credit if he slows up. So can't really see very well over here how far he was out of bounds, but definitely probably could have been that. 3rd down and 5, though, coming up. 44 seconds on the clock. At the very least, Lathrop had the wherewithal to get out of bounds. 3rd and 5, got to get it to the 47. There's a snap. Lathrop dropping straight back. He's got time, wheels it across the middle to Carroll, and he almost had it. It was tipped on the coverage, was Steele, and it almost went straight back to Carroll on the deflection.
Looks like a little bit of Auburn, Georgia, doesn't it?
Yeah, it reminded you of that one if Carroll could have came down with it. 37 seconds to go, and the Cats will send out the punt unit on 4th and 5. And, man, what would the first half have looked like had Carroll hauled that one in after the deflection?
I think you'd have a lot bigger smile on your face, but you can't be too upset. You still got 37 seconds, though, and this Richlands offense has been moving.
Got a hold. Back deep is Steele. They're going to quick snap it on the punt. It's a good punt. Fair catch called at the 15. Not willing to risk anything. Back to the 15. Let's see what Richlands decides to do. Watch out for those little screens where they try to do the wide receiver pass out of it.
I think what you got to do here is you got to Philip Fulmer it. You got to put 3 deep, play prevent, and hold them to where they can't be.
32 seconds on the clock after the punt. Richlands with all 3 timeouts, but they're backed up at their own 15. Leading in this one 3-0. So that might be good enough for them at the half. I don't know. We'll see.
What a defensive effort by both of these teams so far in the first half, though.
And back-to-back weeks, really, that the Cats have been able to play well defensively. This game, though, it seems like it's sort of feeling a lot like that Marion game. Just waiting on the offense to do a little something. That drive right there a little better. Snap, this time a run straight up the middle. This time a 5-yard gain for Greg
they're
Griffith.
Going to take it to the locker room.
Clock still running down to 20 seconds and no timeout called yet. And this thing looks like it's headed toward halftime. Coach Mance still standing over on the sideline at the 35 with his headset on. Looks like he's content with it here. He's walking out near the numbers. Now he's going to clap, and looks like that's where we're headed. As we head to half, 3-0, Richlands leading Virginia High. Blue Tornado putting together some points there, a 43-yard field goal from Forrest. It was Levi Forrest booting it through. He missed his second attempt, but luckily for the Cats, and just a 3-point game as we head to the locker room. We have the halftime show coming up in just a few minutes. We have a special interview to do before then. We've got Coach Sidner, Alex Adkins, and Lane Carroll, who joined us at last week's Bearcat Sports Chat. We'll get to that in just a second. But, Mark, good first half defensively.
Ooh, yeah.
Of course, we'll break it down more here in a minute, but what's your initial takeaway? What's your initial takeaway?
I think everything's going right for this Bearcat offense or this Bearcat defense. You had one drive where Richlands just pieced it together, but other than that, I think the offense just got to get rolling. The offense gets rolling. I think we're looking at a good chance tonight. Both
teams' penalties really hurting them in big situations.
Yeah, and no calls and penalties both have been the issues for both of these teams tonight.
Yeah, they've been some close ones both ways too, not just on Virginia High's side.
Close.
Some very close ones. So. Again, at the half, 3-0, Richlands. And here's a snippet of an interview with Coach Sidner, Alex Adkins, and Lane Carroll from last week's sports chat at Buffalo Wild Wings. It's about 6 minutes long. After that, we will go to a commercial. After that, we'll come out for the halftime show. We'll go around the league and recap that first half of football, go around the Southwest District with some scores. We'll be right back here for the Bearcat halftime report, but here's the interview from earlier this week. Now we'll get into the meat of the interview. Coach, this defense, wow. Last week, they were flying all over the place. Marion was trying to get the screen game going, wasn't able to. They were getting to Ford quick. They were getting to Wyatt, the quarterback, quick. There seemed to be a different mood within that unit. Did you feel that coming on Friday night?
Honestly, I think I knew we'd probably play well. Our kids do a great job of staying relaxed before the game, and that's kind of one of the things we listen for. Like, if they're in there and they're relaxed and kind of just, goofing off and just enjoying each other's friendship there, feel comfortable about that game. And I really did. I thought we had a great week of practice. I thought we saw a lot of things on film that we really liked our matchups, and was very confident going to that game Friday.
So I don't know if you heard of the radio broadcast after the game. We started a trend calling Gene Malcolm Stadium the Gene. And it's a good thing there's not a dome on top of it because we would have blew it off last Friday night. How big of an impact did the crowd have on the sidelines?
Oh, I mean, we love our crowd. I love it for the kids. It's amazing to come out there and see the turnout that we have. And the kids, they work so hard, to go out there and play in front of their fans and friends and the student body. And when you can get that support on Friday nights, it just makes the game a lot more easier for you because you have people back there backing you and supporting you and getting behind you. And I think our kids feed off that at times.
Got it to and goal. It was 3rd and goal, and the defense was able to hold up. What were some things? The first play, tried to run a jet sweep keep with the quarterback. They had the backup quarterback in. Then the second play, of course, they decided to throw it from 2 yards out. So what were 2 of those play calls like for you backed up there into the red zone?
I think that first one with the sweep there, I think we were so prepared for that. There's times when other teams line up that you're almost kind of like, yes, please run that. But with our kids and just where we are mentally, defensively, back there, we weren't backed up like that. We talk about sudden change. And if the other team gets a turnover, we're ready to go back out there and play defense. And to us, there's never a bad situation. I know I do say that, and as well, if we turn the ball over at the goal line, you guys don't want to be back out there. Defensively, you can't think like that. So when they got down there and we made that tackle, I talked about it last week, if they get a big play, we just got to be ready to make the next play. And our kids, they do a great job of trying to keep points off the board.
2 interceptions on tip footballs, playing the tip drill a little bit last week. Medley and Carroll had those, both at pivotal times. How much work goes into the tip drill?
I was joking around earlier, asking was that a DB question, because all my DBs ever want to do is do tip drills. But we do that like every day if we get time. They love the tip drill, and be honest with you, it keeps us focused because like a lot of times the balls can go up in the air. You got to be ready. And I always give them a hard time. If the ball gets tipped and get a hand on, you better catch it.
With Preston Schaefer injured, what are some things that you've had to do personnel-wise to fill that spot? Because he was definitely making some big plays for the Cats.
I mean, that's a big loss. And as a coach, you never want to see any of your kids go down. And it really hurts when it's a senior and he's out for the remainder of the season.